My deepest sympathy to all of the parents who lost beautiful young souls. Deepest sympathy from all of us to the community, to everybody who lost a loved one. We are grieving with you. Our nation is grieving with you. We just met with the wonderful families. We pray with them. We hug. We hold hands. They shared the stories, and I met beautiful young ladies. They gave me this special bracelet from the camp in honor of all of the little girls that they lost their lives.
Then Melania is there, and Melania is wearing a black hat. Why is she wearing a black hat? Why are they wearing hats? What is even going on here? And then Melania, I could barely even understand what she's saying, but she just play it.
Yes, I believe you've seen how the First Lady is dressed. Libras are having issues with this black hat. I don't understand why they always do this. When you are grieving, when you are mourning with people, I believe you should dress in black, right? You should put on something like that. I don't know if they don't understand this or they just like to create controversies in everything. I've seen a lot of videos they are putting out, going off, some struggling to say, oh, she can't even speak English, oh, this, that. I don't get it.
So President DJT and the lovely First Lady Melania Trump are currently in Texas, not only meeting with the leaders over there to see what sort of resources they may need, but more importantly, they're there to essentially comfort the people of Texas as they're going through a devastating, tragic sort of situation. Now, of course, the folks on the left are using this as another moment to make it about them and their own misery, which is something that essentially comes with the identity of being a liberal. And according to them, the reason why our First Lady is wearing a black hat is to stand in protest of this man right here, her hubby, our president. Yeah, according to these liberals, that black hat is essentially some sort of activist piece. Yeah, see, here's the thing. That black hat, which is intentional, is a representation of grieving.
And I met beautiful young ladies. They gave me this special bracelet from the camp in honor of all of the little girls that they lost their lives. All of the parents who lost beautiful young souls. Deepest sympathy from all of us to the community, to everybody who lost a loved one. We are grieving with you. Our nation is grieving with you.
Yes, this is coming a month after Jasmine, Ghetto Democrat, questioned her citizenship, and Libras took that away, did couple of clips about it. You know, when you are quiet, you don't make noise like the other people, they will always look for possible ways to create controversies. She is like this, they don't like that. They want her to be there everywhere.
Since we're talking about integrity, I'm confused as to why my Republican colleagues aren't talking about the lack of integrity when it comes to the president's family's visas. Let me remind y'all that Melania, the First Lady, a model, and when I say model, I'm not talking about Tyra Banks, Cindy Crawford, or Naomi Campbell level, applied for and was given an EB-1 visa. And what that stands for is an Einstein visa. Now, y'all that don't know, let me tell you how you receive an Einstein visa. You're supposed to have some sort of significant achievement, like being awarded a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, being an Olympic medalist, or having other sustained extraordinary abilities and success in sciences, arts, education, business, or athletics. Last time I checked, the First Lady had none of those accolades under her belt. It doesn't take an Einstein to see that the math ain't mathin' here. Nevertheless, what Republicans are doing with this reconciliation process, the travel bans and revoking visas jeopardizes our national security. It threatens our communities, our higher education, and our economy. Visas like the largely vetted J visas for higher education and M visas for trade, training, attract the next innovators, medical providers, researchers, and educators that we need to build on American success.
This woman is so unhinged. At this point, she just makes for good TV. That's all. I mean, this is a woman who wants to be taken seriously. And people are even talking about her possibly running for president one day. But listen to how she talks. I mean, her vernacular is that of the projects, a community that she was not raised in. So I still don't get the act. But every time I see a clip about her that comes across my feed, she just brightens up my day. And I was having a shitty day today, but I'm not anymore. He could have hollered at us. Miss Crockett, we are not at the family barbecue. We gonna talk with some class. But I don't know. At this point, Democrats wake up with things to be mad about. As long as Donald Trump has something to do with it, they're angry.
Oh, you just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about
voted to do it.
Yes, I like the fact that people are understanding what this lady is doing. When you take a look at this, fresh of her embarrassing flop trying to lead the House Side Committee, Jasmine Crockett is now attacking Melania Trump immigration statute. When you have got no wins, no leadership, and no result, I guess distraction is all you've got left. Insane. When you take a look at this, Jasmine Crockett attacked the First Lady Melania Trump on her citizenship demand. And
if the Democrats take over after the midterms next year, the House and or Senate, do you think they're going to push for investigations into Trump's family and the whole crypto acquisitions that he is getting?
Well, Alex, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, here we go.
Listen, so long as we end up taking the House, which I fully anticipate that we will do, and we are going to work hard to obviously help our Senate colleagues as well, then as someone who serves on the Oversight Committee and hopes to lead the Oversight Committee, I can guarantee you that we will do what we are supposed to do as constitutionally sworn members of the House, which means that we will conduct oversight. That means that we will investigate. We will look at whether or not this president himself has violated the emoluments clause as it relates to, say, such things as getting a $400 million plane from the Qataris. We also will make sure that we're looking into all these business deals that they have going on. I mean, think about it this way, Alex. They were going after Hunter because he sat on a board. Think about how much money they are raking in, whether we're talking about the next golf resort that they're setting up in Qatar, or whether we're talking about them leveling Gaza, as they've talked about, and talked about how it would be great beachfront property, whether we're talking about this crypto scam, the scam that people didn't even want to walk into and show their faces. Let me tell you, there is no shortage of things for us to dig into and determine whether or not there have been not only violations of the law, but definitely violations of our Constitution as a whole.
Did you make a little news here? Didn't you say you hope to lead that committee?
I absolutely do. Unfortunately, we are going to lay our dear colleague, Jerry Conley, to rest here on Tuesday. And there will have to be an election to determine who is going to lead the Oversight Committee. And ultimately, I am hoping and praying that my colleagues see that I can provide what we need as a team. I think that I'm going to dig into, what I'm doing specifically.
she was being rejected when she was struggling to run for oversight by people of her own party. They didn't accept that she can even occupy a bigger position. Looking at this, she had to drop out. It was embarrassing to see what was going on. She came out struggling to call out people in her own party. When I look at recent polls, putting this lady at the top, it really triggered a lot of people, and I'm not comfortable with what I'm seeing.
Next one is like an unconscious bestie. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is defending Biden's former doctor. Of course she is. And some shock now. Republican Party polling shows Crockett is leading Democrats' hypothetical 2026 field by 35 points to run for incumbent Republican John Cornyn's seat. And there's this, Jim. She said this to social media, blaming the administration for the flooding and making the issue in Texas all about her.
The sad part is, I think that my heart is going to carry a level of weight that will continue to weigh me down as we have to continue to do our best to survive an administration that literally is against us.
Not a single word about the victims, the children who perished.
Yes, this is not surprising at all. We have seen how they radicalize their base in such a way that, they want people who stand against Trump, who talk trash about, that has been the goal with these people. For some time now, we observe what exactly they've been doing. At a certain point, when I look at it, I usually laugh.
No, but it is MAGA. It's specifically MAGA faction. Like, I don't think traditional Republicans are getting engaged in all of this, but like, even when we look at, and they don't talk about the attempts anymore that took place with Donald Trump, but these were Trump supporters, right?
If you have problems understanding how I talk, please drop that on the comment sections. In real life, if you see me, this is how I speak. I don't fake anything. So I don't get the point why these people keep reminding me about this every day.
The position.
Left.
Situation where this
line up for my advice. It's like,
why don't we choose more carefully who we're going to lionize?
why marriage, infertility, trying to have kids makes things difficult. It's like
She's seriously depressed about how hard it is to live in the White House.
Post this morning alleging that since I said I will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial. To run, he had 100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies in their amplification.
This is not going to end.
He says, but what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you...
Because she's fearful.
Registration Act is
talking about term, and you will be very...
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
How bad is his reputation going to be?
How many of you are satisfied